Alright, I wanted to quickly address something. I've had a few comments, quote unquote, calling me out on me changing things in the My League, boosting Jaylen Brown's attributes, increasing some player badges like giving Rocco Hall of Fame catch and shoot. Here's the thing about that. I already said that I was going to do that. I explicitly said in episode 1 that I do not give a shit about playing within the game's parameters. After trading for Jaylen Brown, I said that he worked on his game in the offseason. I basically was trying to repeat what Jimmy Butler did in the 2015 offseason. That was the narrative I was spinning. If you have a problem with me doing things this way, that's totally fine, but this series is not for you. I'm just trying to have fun and make the most entertaining series possible. Now, with all of that said, I wanted to give some player grades for the year. We're 30 games into the season now, and I wanted to check up on how everyone is performing. And I will be grading them based on the expectations I put in place for them at the start of the season. Starting with Darius Garland, dude has been a little disappointing. He has only performed a bit below my expectations. I believed I said I wanted 16 points and 8 assists on good shooting splits. As of now, he's putting up 13 and 6, and his shooting from 3 has been pretty disappointing. He's only shooting 5 threes a game and he's only hitting 36% of them. Right now, Jaylen Brown and Cat have been better shooters. He started the year averaging 18 and 11 and he's definitely fallen back down to earth. I'll give him a C+, a bit below expectations. Jaylen Brown gets an easy A+. He's done what I want and then some. His numbers aren't quite as crazy as they were last episode. He's down to 21 on 50% shooting and 40% shooting from 3, but that efficiency is still nuts. If he wasn't so garbage at free throws, he would be in the 50-40-90 club. Rocco is shooting 38% from 3, being the anchor of our defense, so that's a B+ for me, which by the way is pretty much my baseline for reaching expectations. Marvin Williams gets a C+. He's shooting just 32% from 3, which is far from great, but he's doing everything else right. That's about it. KARL-ANTHONY Towns gets a B for me. I know the thumbnail says A-, but I made that thumbnail before this, and now that I'm thinking about it, I give him a B. I wanted 26 to 28 points per game from this guy, and he's only averaging 22. A very efficient 22, mind you, but 22 nonetheless. He's also taking 7 threes a game, which is dope, and his defense has been alright, but I need some more aggressiveness out of him. All of this shit around Cat is nice, but at the end of the day, it's all about him. Off of the bench, Wiggs gets an A. He is averaging 6 assists off of the bench, which is more than he was averaging as a starter last year, and he's still putting up a solid 12 points per game. If he was shooting better from 3, he would have an A+ for me. Glad he's able to be a big time contributor for us. Dude could be bordering 6th man of the year. Josh Okogie gets an A+. Dude shoots the hell out of the ball now, apparently. Guy's shooting 40% from 3 on 3 attempts a game. Still playing great defense, consistent lob target on the fast break. Guy is just perfect for us. Samuel Williamson. I'm giving him a B. Dude is shooting a great percentage from 3, but he's only taking 1 a game. He's played well enough to get 15 minutes per game. I feel like he could be taking at least 3 in that time. His scoring with the clock winding down has been great, but I drafted him to be a shooter for at least this year, and he hasn't been shooting at the volume that I want him to. Jared Vanderbilt has been a problem. 4 points and 2 assists in 20 minutes a game? That just doesn't cut it. He also hasn't even attempted a 3 this year. He isn't spacing the floor. His 2 assists a game really isn't all that impressive, so the Vanderbilt experiment seems to have been a failure. He gets a D. Now as for Gasol, dude is struggling in the box score. He's averaged only 6 points and 3 rebounds on 41% shooting. He's hitting his 3s, but 41% for a center is real bad. But he's still passing well, playing good defense, and spacing the floor, so I'll still give him a C+. With all that out of the way, let's go into a game versus a contender, the LA Clippers. Alright, we're playing in LA wearing the alternate uniforms that should be in 2K, and for whatever reason are not. Has anyone else noticed that like the really cool alternate uniforms are just not in this game? Kind of pisses me off, especially with the Chicago Bulls City Edition jerseys, which are absolutely beautiful. Darius Garland pulling up free throw line extended. Kawhi posting up on Robert Covington, able to hit the fadeaway over him. Thought about putting Rocco on Paul George because George is bigger, but he's getting burned by Kawhi, so maybe that would have been a good idea. Karl-Anthony Towns with the shimmy and the fade on the baseline. Paul George getting it tipped away by Jaylen Brown, and then on the fast break, apparently not going backcourt, is Brown, who gets it to Towns, who throws down the really nice dunk. Rocco blocking Patrick Beverley in the paint. Don't know why he thought he could go up with that one. And Darius Garland is pulling up on the backing up Zubats. Kawhi Leonard going into the paint, kicks it out. Go ahead and leave one of the best shooters in the NBA open, Okogie. I really appreciate that. But speaking of open shooters, Samuel Williamson with the green release catch and shoot three-pointer, and another green release catch and shoot three-pointer for the Clippers there. But no make right there, as Robert Covington gets the block on Kawhi Leonard, and Rocco pump fakes and gets it to Towns on the break, and he throws down the dunk. No one was able to get in between him and the rim, apparently. But Kawhi just pulling up immediately, only with an inch of space, and yet he makes it. Doesn't make that, though, as we end the first quarter. Lou Williams is giving Brown way too much space, and he just pulls the midi in his face. And same thing here with the three-pointer. A switch happens on that time, actually, and Patrick Beverley is not there to contest. Paul George with the fadeaway over Robert Covington. It's unfortunate for Rocco here, because he just keeps getting burned by these guys. And one for Kawhi Leonard, but does not make the free throw. And then Darius Garland to Jaylen Brown, and Shamet is not going to stop him going to the basket on the fast break. Shamet missing the pull-up at the top of the key, but Jeff Green is right there for the putback. And that will conclude the first half, as Darius Garland nearly makes this deep three-pointer. Now heading into the second half, Patrick Beverley does not make that corner three-pointer, and then Jaylen Brown inside on the fast break throws down the dunk before Zubac is able to get into position. Garland, who has really struggled in this game, missing that long two-pointer, and Paul George on the fast break gets it to Patrick Beverley, makes the corner three-pointer right there, making it just a 2-point game, but Garland gallops inside and is able to get that floater over Zubac after he mistimed his contest right there. Robert Covington with another block on Kawhi Leonard, and then in transition he gets the deep three-pointer to roll in, something Kawhi Leonard should be pretty familiar with. Hop step right there does not work for Garland, but he gets it to Towns, who misses but grabs his own rebound and throws it down. Once again, Zubac is out of position. And then, speaking of out of position, Montrezl Harrell gets burned there, and Karl-Anthony Towns able to throw down the alley-oop from Andrew Wiggins. Lou Williams pulling up at the top of the key. I don't know what it is for me, and with Lou Williams in 2K, I can never score with him, but when I'm going up against him, he absolutely gets buckets on me. His jump shot's just weird to me, I guess. But Andrew Wiggins throwing down a hell of a dunk on Montrezl Harrell. Lou Williams getting yet another three at the top of the key right there. Weirdly enough, the Clippers were not starting Shamet or Lou Williams. They were starting a 72 overall shooting guard. I have no idea why they thought that was a good idea. Okogie with a really nice block and the lob to Andrew Wiggins from Karl-Anthony Towns at half court. And that ends the third quarter. And then to start the fourth, nice tip by Marcus Saul. And then Vanderbilt on the fast break, able to throw the lob to Josh Okogie. As I said in the player grades, he's always good for a alley-oop or two every game. And then freaking Montrezl Harrell over here playing like Steph Curry, hitting a three at the top of the key. Right here, pick and fade. Gasol able to hit a three-pointer. A big man that actually should be able to hit a three hits one there, so that's nice to see. Baseline fadeaway here by Darius Garland over Zubac, does not get a hand up. Jaylen Brown going on this shooting guard that is starting for no reason, and he's able to blow by him and get the layup right there. Not able to finish this layup over him this time, as Paul George grabs the rebound and gets it to Patrick Beverley, who once again just a wide open shooter. Missing this step back jump shot by Jaylen Brown. Probably should have looked for a better shot than that. But Leonard is able to get it down to this shooting guard that I've just been shit-talking, who hits the and one to tie the game up at 83 apiece. Kawhi hitting the mid-range jump shot, which is all he seems to take in this game. Misses this mid-range jump shot, and Karl Towns grabs the rebound. And then taking up court himself, Williams gets left wide open because 2K's CPU transition defense is awful. Tied game now. Leonard should have taken that a step in and he probably would have made it, but he does not make it. And then on the fast break, we slow it down. Brown with this guy, and he's able to finish the layup over the extended hands of Kawhi Leonard. Zubac's at the top of the key now, and this man guy, he takes the three-pointer at the top of the key, and it would have been hilarious if he hit that after I had just talked shit about him, but he does not, and we beat the Clippers by 2 on their home court. Towns with 26 and 23 with 4 blocks. Jaylen Brown with just 17 points this game, but a nice 5 assists. Wiggins with 11 points. Next episode, we're going to discuss a trade, and spoiler alert, it's going to involve the guy that got a D.